Imagine boarding a plane in 1955, the excitement of air travel, the thrill of embarking on a journey to a new destination, the hum of the engines, the anticipation in the air, your destination, a sunny vacation in Florida, the warm beaches, the vibrant nightlife, and the promise of a perfect getaway. Now imagine that plane landing 37 years later. The world has changed, technology has advanced, and the familiar faces you knew are no longer there. The world you knew is gone. The bustling cities have transformed and the once familiar landscapes are now unrecognizable. This is the baffling story of Pan Am Flight 914, a tale that continues to spark debate and ignite imaginations. A flight that took off as planned but never reached its intended destination, only to reappear decades later. Was it a simple disappearance, finally explained? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Could it be a case of time travel, a glitch in the fabric of reality? Or did something truly extraordinary occur? Something that defies logic and challenges our understanding of the world. Join me as we explore the enigma of Pan Am Flight 914, a journey into the heart of a mystery that might just rewrite our understanding of time itself. Together, we'll delve into the theories, the eyewitness accounts, and the unanswered questions that surround this perplexing event. Prepare to be intrigued as we uncover the secrets of a flight that vanished into thin air, only to reappear in a world that had moved on without it. The Pan American World Airways. Douglas DC-4 stood on the runway. It was a routine flight. Flight 914 was set to travel from New York to Miami. 57 passengers boarded, excited for their vacations. The crew, led by Captain Robert Lindquist, prepared for a routine flight. At 10:55 a.m., Flight 914 soared into the clear blue sky. Air traffic control maintained contact, tracking its progress. Then, something strange happened. Just 3 hours into the flight, the unthinkable occurred. At first, there was confusion. Air traffic controllers couldn't reach Flight 914. They waited, hoping for a response. Nothing. Concern turned into alarm as minutes turned into hours. Search and rescue teams were dispatched. The Coast Guard scoured the Atlantic Ocean. Planes searched from above. Days turned into weeks, then months. The families of those on board clung to hope, but hope dwindled as the search yielded no results. Flight 914 and everyone aboard had vanished without a trace. The mystery deepened. What happened to Pan Am? Flight 914. Fast forward to September 9, 1992. At Caracas Airport in Venezuela, air traffic controllers noticed something unusual on their radar. An unidentified aircraft was approaching. It appeared to be a propeller plane, a type rarely seen in that airspace. As the plane came closer, they were astonished. It was a Douglas DC-4, a model from a bygone era. The plane landed, and the stunned controllers couldn't believe their eyes. The markings on the aircraft were unmistakable. Pan American World Airways. But Pan Am hadn't existed for years. As the plane taxied to a stop, ground crew approached cautiously. The aircraft, an old Douglas DC-6, looked like it had just stepped out of a history book. The ground crew, used to modern jets, were puzzled by the sight. They were met with more bewilderment. The crew exchanged glances, unsure of what to make of the situation. This was no ordinary landing. The passengers looking out the windows were dressed in 1950s attire. Men in suits and fedoras, women in dresses and pearls. It was as if they had stepped out of a time capsule. Their faces reflected a mixture of confusion and fear. They pressed their faces against the glass, trying to make sense of the unfamiliar surroundings. Captain Lindquist, his voice trembling, made contact with the tower. His hands shook as he gripped the radio, his mind racing with questions. He sounded disoriented, asking, "Where are we?" His voice cracked with anxiety, the uncertainty of their location gnawing at him. He insisted he was on schedule, arriving in Miami. The flight plan was clear, the route familiar, yet nothing outside matched what he knew. When told it was 1992, he was incredulous. "Impossible," he muttered, shaking his head. The last thing he remembered was taking off in 1955. The passengers, upon disembarking, were equally shocked. They stepped onto the tarmac, eyes wide with disbelief, taking in the modern airport. They carried outdated currency and spoke of events long past. Their money, once familiar and valuable, was now a relic of a bygone era. The world had changed dramatically, and they were now strangers in a time not their own. The buildings, the technology, the people, all were alien to them. They had become passengers out of time, lost in a future they could not comprehend. The story of Pan Am Flight 914 quickly captivated the world. How could a plane vanish for 37 years and reappear, seemingly untouched by time? Theories abounded. Some suggested a government cover-up while others whispered about alien abduction. But the most intriguing explanation involved time travel. Could Flight 914 have flown through a wormhole, a theoretical tunnel connecting two different points in space-time? Or did it encounter a time slip, a rift in the fabric of reality? While these concepts remain in the realm of science fiction, the incident challenged conventional thinking. The mystery of Pan Am Flight 914, despite skepticism from some quarters, continues to fascinate. This flight, which allegedly disappeared in 1955 only to reappear 37 years later, has captured the imagination of many. It has inspired countless books, documentaries, and internet discussions. Authors and filmmakers have delved into the enigma, exploring various theories and possibilities. The story resonates with our deepest desires and fears. It taps into the human fascination with the unknown and the unexplained. The desire to travel through time, to reclaim lost moments, is a powerful one. Many of us dream of the possibility of bending time to our will, of revisiting the past or glimpsing the future, but the fear of being untethered from our timeline, of losing our place in the world, is equally compelling. The thought of returning to a world that has moved on without us is a haunting one. The tale of Pan Am Flight 914, whether fact or fiction, serves as a reminder of the vastness of the unknown. It challenges our understanding of reality and time. The story also highlights the enduring allure of the unexplained. It invites us to ponder the mysteries that lie beyond our comprehension. In a world where science and technology strive to explain everything, the legend of Pan Am Flight 914 remains a captivating enigma, reminding us that some mysteries may never be fully understood.